Thank you for joining us and good morning. My first question to you, how does CTA contribute to this year's theme of Growing Digital? What are you doing? What are some of the projects that you have worked on?
CTA has been working on this agenda for quite a long time. We are one of the pioneers in putting digitalization for agriculture on the development agenda. So we have a number of initiatives. We are quite an active knowledge role to see what has been the progress in terms of digitalization, what are the challenges, where are the opportunities. So this week we launched a major report, Digitalization of African Agricultural Report 2018-2019, where we took stock of the current situation, what are the different kinds of businesses that are involved in this space, how it has progressed over the last 6-7 years, what are the prospects for growth, where are the opportunities in terms of investment, and addressing the various challenges that smallholder farmers have in Africa. So that was a major report. I think that really helped to focus the discussion this week. Of course, we have a number of other projects. We try to work very much on encouraging young entrepreneurs to develop digitalization for agriculture projects. So we run annual competitions to identify the most promising businesses, support them with training, coaching, also access to finance. We also have a number of projects where we try to identify promising new technologies and see how they can work in a farming setting. For example, we have quite a large network where we test the use of drones for different agricultural practices, and we have helped to develop a number of businesses to provide drone-based services throughout Africa. So we have many projects like that, and we also try to integrate a number of digital innovations in different value chains. So we have a range of projects testing some of these innovations, helping entrepreneurs to pick them up and develop them into successful businesses.
Okay. There's obviously a lot of evidence, even from where you stand, that if we plugged into technology, we will definitely increase our production in the farms. What has your experience been in trying to, take advantage of technology, incorporate it into agriculture, given the current policy environment? Is it friendly?
Well, what we see is, of course, it depends from country to country. So there are a number of countries, maybe 7 or 8 countries, that have conducive policies to support digitalization in agriculture. And in those countries, you see quite significant development of private sector innovations, bringing digitalization into agriculture. So where the policy environment, infrastructure is supportive, you see significant development in the area. We also have seen from our studies that you can achieve significant impact in terms of productivity, incomes, and so on when you integrate technology. Of course, the data is a bit too early because we need to do a lot more study and analysis to see the exact impact of these innovations. But some of the early data shows that you could increase, for example, by using what we call bundled services, where you put together extension, market linkages, financial services together. Productivity could increase up to 160%. So these are very limited data points, but obviously you could see some impact. So definitely where countries have strong policies supporting digitalization and providing not only the connectivity in terms of internet connectivity, mobile telephone access and all that, but also the data infrastructure in terms of soils, digital soil maps, or weather information, or farmer digital profiles and so on. where you have this infrastructure, you can really make significant inroads in terms of enabling, agricultural transformation.
We cannot separate young people from a conversation like this, digitalization, agriculture transformation. If it's going to happen, then the young people must be involved. However, we know that young people are, attracted to money. That's why they make, even when you look at the career decisions that they're making, you want to become a lawyer, you want to get into medicine because you have seen a success case where somebody who was in that career made some sort of income. They are not looking to feed themselves. They are looking to, make a living, besides just feeding themselves. Do we have success cases of farmers who have gone beyond just feeding their families and feeding themselves too, making some sort of money that can pull in the young people? Or which other strategy can we use to pull in the younger generation?
Definitely, as you said rightly, young people are not attracted to agriculture because they see it as hard work and not really paying enough and so on. So we believe that modernizing agriculture through digital innovations will definitely be one attractive option for young people. They are savvy with technology. They can quickly take it up, and they could use technology to access markets, to sell like online. They could use it to improve productivity and all that. So we have developed quite an extensive network of young people where they are using innovations to promote agriculture and to also use this as a business. So we have a number of cases, for example, as I said, where we have helped young entrepreneurs to start their own businesses where they provide different services to farmers. So when we look at agriculture, we shouldn't always be looking at just the production side. You have to look at the whole value chain and where young people can engage at different levels of the value chain, including providing services to farmers, to traders, to processors. They can come at different points across the value chain. So what we see is that using digitalization, digital technologies, the young people can come into this. And as I say, this drone business is for a very good example. And there are others as well, like e-commerce. The young people developing platforms where, for example, rural women are able to sell their products even to the diaspora market. So we have cases, for example, in Senegal, where one of our entrepreneurs has developed this platform where women are able to sell local products to the diaspora market in Europe. So that really connects, not only connects the women farmers to lucrative markets, but also creates opportunity for the young people who are developing this kind of services. So there are a lot of opportunities. Of course, in the broader agribusiness, as you said, young people, they want to treat agriculture as a business, not as a subsistence. So when they see that they can use technology, they can modernize and grow, they will definitely be attracted to agriculture. So it's more of agribusiness than just agriculture.
Okay. I want to pick your mind on the kind of things that are being taught across colleges, It's got to start early. If young people will have to be involved in the whole process, then it's got to start from the early stages, from the training at schools. Do you, from your experience, does the curriculum across the continent speak to the needs that exist in agriculture? Like trying to pull the students to go towards or channel their careers towards things that speak to agriculture.
What I see is, most of the curriculum for schools is very much, imported from outside and maybe not necessarily reflecting the local and, the situation. And, it needs to be adapted, and you have to teach children on some of the current challenges that we have and how we adapt to those challenges. For example, climate change, because the whole situation is changing, so you have to show how, we need to adapt, and in terms of also agriculture, how are we going to feed ourselves and make business out of agriculture in terms of the current challenges we face. So I think education has to adapt, the curriculum has to adapt to current challenges and opportunities. And in that respect, I think definitely adjusting the curriculum to reflect the potential that agriculture as a business offers, the challenges it faces because of, for example, climate change. How do you use technology to overcome some of these challenges? I think it would be really useful to integrate those things from early on, so children can be motivated and they see the future in a bright way, and they could also start thinking about ways of addressing some of these challenges.
And now that we are coming to a close to the AGRF forum this year, what must we do immediately to make sure that we have a better conversation next year? We look at the impact that we've had since between 2019 and 2020, hopefully. What must we do immediately to take advantage or to make sure that we have made some sort of progress in the agriculture sector?
Well, as you know, this year the theme is Grow Digital. So really we got focus on digitalization for agriculture. And I'm really pleased that this is something that has really come to the fore, that the heads of state and policy makers, everybody's talking about, not just the technical people, who understand the potential. So it's really very, very encouraging that at the highest level of policy, we see the importance that digitalization can contribute to transforming the agricultural sector. Now the challenge is, how do you make it happen? So in our report, which we presented this week, we have clearly come up with a number of recommendations to move this agenda forward, including that you need to create a strong alliance of different institutions, private sector, government, donor community, working together to advance the agenda. And we believe that especially action at the national level is very critical. You need to develop the digital infrastructure for agriculture. You need to develop the connectivity. You need to develop the human capacity and all that. So, and it has to be focused very much at the national level. So some countries are making very good progress, but others need to see that and develop also their own infrastructure and really create a platform so that young innovators and others could take advantage and develop solutions that would contribute to the transformation of agriculture through digital innovations. So hopefully next year we'll be able to have real concrete examples of the progress that we have made, and with this report we have created a strong baseline. So it's very, it will be easier to see for us how much progress we have been able to make over a year or over 2 years. So one of the plans is to update this report either annually or at least every 2 years and see how much progress has been made.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts.